We are live. We are at the practice pond. A little windy today, so I put the microphone on wind mode, whatever that is. Hopefully we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna flip you around real quick, and then I'm gonna put this in the phone holder that I bought today. Get that in there like that. Oh God. Sorry if it's shaking around. Okay, that somewhat holds. I don't really feel like I fully trust it. And so then this, I guess, can go around the neck. And then you can kind of see what I'm up to here. There's blue heron right there. That's sick. I think I'm going to move the microphone. Give me a second. I'm just going to put the microphone right in front of me. No, it's going to hit the thing. Maybe I'll put it on my hat. It slides too easily. Yeah, it's just all part of like the whole videoing process. It's just figuring out what works. This is the first time I'm running this, all of this. I think that should be all right. You know, the big thing is as long as it doesn't get knocked off in a hook set, it should be okay. But today we're going to go out with the Poppin' Frog. I'm seeing some stuff up shallow, but not a whole lot. Last time we were out here, it's always good to make a cast before you walk up to the side. It's always good to make a cast before you, walk up to the sparrow just diving on it, to the edge, because the fish are really sensitive. They can feel that as you walk up to it. So I'm going to leave the trunk open for a second. Let's get mobile with it. And, you know, the other day I was hook setting on a kayak I wasn't too sure about. Hook set on land, and you can absolutely just throw everything you got into it. So it's kind of like when I'm sniping in a video game. I'll shoot from way back inside the house so that nobody can see me. It's kind of the same thing as you're plopping through this. You don't want a whole bunch of fish to feel you walk up. So I'm really going to go fish over by that dock over there. But I don't want any of these fish to feel me as I walk up there with the vibrations and whatnot. So I'm going to pop this frog in that area before I walk over there. And if I'm lucky, I mean, the other day there was a freaking giant right in there. I don't know if it's right. It's gotten a lot colder than the last time I was out. This water is much more rippled. So I do think it'll be a little bit tougher to find a good bite. I mean, it might get tough to even just cast. Don't know how long I'll stay out here like this. But it's worth a try. So now that I've covered a couple casts in there, I'm just gonna walk over. The wind is pretty bad today, so I'm curious to see how this comes out in post. Back in the day, I used to practice skipping under this thing, but I don't think I can do it very well from here. actually open up all the magnets on your rod and get it flipped under there, but don't really have the speed. There it is. Nope, that didn't go deeper than I thought it would. That's a little better. It's not easy. It's not as easy as the pros make it look. As you walk out there, just kind of keep popping it as you go next to the ramp. Maybe you want to come out from under. Yeah, this will be a good test of the microphone. I don't know what it'll bite it out here in this wind. But there's an interesting grass that's up right now. I haven't seen this grass out here before. That's why the popping frog's nice. It gives off a little bit of more sound, more commotion. It can be really useful in a situation like this. The other night when I was out, this cast got a lot of hits. I got 2 or 3 hits from this cast right here. The wind is blowing on this shore. But it's a little colder than I want it to be. I'm used to a little bit warmer weather by this time. Also in the wind, it really helps to get the cast out. Cast it low with a what you want. That beaver's over there again. It's definitely colder. There's a lot of good little pockets though in the grass now that the wind has calmed down just a tad where I'm at. So you can pull it over these mats. Then once it gets clear, you just start popping it. So you pop it in the open areas. You can move it a little bit faster over the cheese. Some people even work it on top of the cheese, but with the popping frog, I find that that's a little bit harder. It'll catch, it catches the reeds. So nothing yet. I can see how I really take my time to work myself out here instead of just walking up and making a cast. Sometimes you can miss fish just by doing that. It's been a while since I've seen this type of weed in this area. But I guess it's up today. Still able to cast in the wind. So you know there's still a possibility of getting something out of this trip. I'd be happy with 1 fish today. It's been a long week. The kids are finally on vacation. We got a couple days of PD ahead of us next week, but we just get to use this time to just relax right now, which is so important. It's so important to recharge. A lot of times people won't recharge when they get the time. And that's what kills them. That's how you get burnt out. So looks like a nice spot to get hit. I've been on this dock too. Sometimes you get hit like 2 feet away from you. It's crazy. That's a nice cast. And you're just with this popping frog and the mouth on it, you can walk it like a popper. And you can walk it like a popper across, you know, stuff you wouldn't be able to throw the treble hooks on. That's why I like it. Then you can also chug a frog, which I'm doing right now. Just really pulling hard and making it really spit. I mean, really getting commotion-y out there, making a ton of commotion. It's a black frog. There's not a whole lot of things that are black, but it's really just a shadow. That's what you're trying to, it's supposed to, I think, look like. They're not supposed to know what it looks like. And because of the way I have the phone on this neck carrier, I won't be able to see your comments today. I'm just kind of rambling and fishing. I guess there's not much different to a normal live feed, but I also don't have my glasses, so I can't see anything. I'm either going to see a splash or hear it. But with the wind, I can barely hear anything either. I don't know if I'll even get a hit today. We'll see. We'll keep it up for a little bit. I'm probably only spend an hour or so here. I'm tired. Every once in a while, I can try up shallow again, somewhere over there. And just finding that still water, reading the wind, reading the patches of grass, finding still water to just walk this frog. And it's hard to do, but once you get the technique and you find some open water, you can walk a frog left to right and just keep it in a zone for a really, really long time if you wanted to. When I'm first out here, I'm fan casting. It's like I cast at 1 o'clock, I cast at 2 o'clock, I cast at 3 o'clock, and you just work the clock. Ooh, there's something there. That was weird. I don't know what that was. I either scared a fish or he missed it completely. Looked like he got scared to me. Or it was a, what was it? Could have been a lily pad, the edge of a lily pad getting caught in the wind. They'll flip up sometimes and look like something coming out of the water. Water temp was like 63, 65. Little cold snap came through, so we might see cold front conditions coming in. Can jut a bite down pretty bad. But like I said, we just came out to cast around. Hopefully the wind's not too bad for you. Try to find a little protected area every once in a while. There's another spot I can go to that, I don't know what that was. Also, in the wind like this, stuff like, ooh, yeah. Got one. That's a giant. Oh. That's a giant. I don't know if it's a bass either. It was, bro. That's not a giant, but he'll do. That's what I'm talking about. Frogfish. We got one of them. That was a weird hook set, but it worked. There you go. Nice. That's that cheese. That was nice. Good bite. Right in there. He had it too. He only had one hook, but he had that thing. So now I know they'll hit a frog in this weather, even if that's the only one I get. One for one. It's the other thing I'm trying to keep track of with the frog. This is nice when the wind calms down just a tad, lets you see a lot more. So much easier when you're standing on a dock to get the hook set too. You don't have to manipulate your kayak or your body, or worry about your back in the same way, because it's a different type of twist. It looked like a giant. It wasn't that big. It was probably 15, 16. Still a good fish for some people, man. There, that's a nice cast. Probably just gonna get bit. It's gotta get bit, right? Right on the edge of some weeds. In a calmer spot with a giant opening. About to hit the giant opening right now. See this getting hit by a pike too. Nothing there. It's a weird type of day to be frog fishing, that's for sure. I would love it to be warmer. I think this summer I'm going to dedicate a couple videos at least a couple videos to the frog. Why not, you know? I'm not going to claim myself a frog expert. It's something I used to love doing. Back when I just started out, I would throw a frog a lot. Then I would throw a Senko. Those are the first two things I learned. I would use the live target frog with the legs on them, you know. And then I switched to, what was it? Spro frog. I've stayed on a Spro frog for quite some time. Spro frogs. There's another frog, the Kyara. I forget who makes it. Is it Jackal? Maybe it's Megabass. Tried one of their frogs for a little bit, but nothing gets bit like a Spro frog for me. I'm sure there's several other frogs. There is a frog that I use. I don't want to talk about it because it's hard to find, and it took me a long time to figure out how good it was and the way to use it. But for right now, I'm gonna say the Spro frog. When I'm just looking to go frogging, I will tie on that Spro frog, either a popping frog or one of them normal frogs. By that I just mean straight out the pack. Clip the legs up a bit. And just get to fishing. It's the easiest thing to fish right out the pack. Don't mess with the hooks. Don't mess with any of it. If you bend that hook, you weaken the metal. So don't do that to yourself. You'll lose big ones doing that. I'm trying to figure out where that next bite's gonna come from. Yeah, that looks good. That looks real good. What I'm looking to do is throw it on top of cheese, which is grass, if you didn't know, and then walk it into an open area. So a lot of times they'll be in this colder weather, they'll be hiding in that warmer, cheesy stuff. They'll feel the vibration of it, but they're not going to want to break through for it because of the cold. In my mind, it takes a lot more energy for them to break through something on top of the mat. And so I've noticed that once things hit this open spot, a lot of the times they'll follow it. They'll be like nosing it, I'm sure, under the mat. And the second it pops out on the other side of that mat, a lot of times when it gets hit. And the fun thing about the frog is it's very visual. You can see it. Dude, there's something getting hit out there. I don't know where it is. It's visual and you can see it. And it is a lot of fun when it happens. There's something big jumping out there. I just haven't seen it jump. See, like this patch right here, it's got a little open spot right there. And you can start to predict the bite. Sometimes you'll get caught off guard. But like, I know that when I get into this open spot, I just got to be ready for anything. I hear that kadoosh, like your splunk, that's kadoosh. And you just got to be ready. He's got it. Does he have it? He missed it. Ooh, he missed it. You see that one? That one came up for it over there in the shallow. That's probably about a foot deep over there. It looked like a pike, in my opinion, but we'll send him back out there. And now that I've visually seen, when I slow my pops down a lot, I let that fish set back up, try to locate it again. You know, they want to get into an ambush spot. It's a dead part. Dead wind. Dead wind is always good to kind of refresh the cast. Oh, God. That went further than I thought it would. And the fun part now is I'm walking it out of bullfrog territory over there. There's this little bullfrog every year. We have a fight where I throw it up on his mat. He gets mad. He comes out to chase it. Sometimes he'll hit my frog because he thinks it's a real frog. Those times are crazy. That's deeper in the summer, though, when things are super hot. You got a lot of tree frog action. You just hear a bunch of like froggy type stuff. You think they're going to be close to these boats? A boat nink. You never know. You know? I really want that one that I saw way over there. It's going to have to be a really good cast. What makes me think is a pike is he missed it. Normally the pike will miss it. Bass will get it. Bass very, very rarely miss, especially largemouth. They either get your frog and you're too late to it or you're too early to it. But when they hit your frog, they normally have it in their mouth. That's looking good to me right now. Right there. Come on. Those birds are checking it out too. That's crazy. Then you come across something thick like this, they could be in there. Why not? There's always one that breaks the rules. There's always a couple that like don't quite follow what they're supposed to do that surprise you. I want this wind to die like 2 miles an hour. I could do 4 miles an hour. 6 to 8, not loving that as much. At least the 2 that have launched at it, I mean, they've come clear out of the water for it, which is cool. And it's right about now where you turn your brain off. You've done 3 or 4, maybe 10 casts with no luck. This is when your brain turns off and you stop fishing and you're just out here. And that's fine, unless you're really trying to catch them. Because when your brain turns off and you're not ready, I mean, I almost guarantee you that's when you're gonna miss one. So You got to be on it. You got to be ready for them every time, every cast. Which is hard to do on a Friday, man, when you're tired and you're coming out here just to kind of get rid of it all. Can be good. Can be good fun. It's all about 2 to 4 foot over there. I can't see it. I don't know where it is, but there's something out there just getting blown up on. I keep hearing it. Let's see if I can peek at these comments here. Can't see them. I'll review them when I get done with this. I mean, I could go over to the secret spot over there, but I got a couple of hits here. I'm going to stay here, see what else I can do. I've let that fish rest for a little bit. Yeah, I see him now. Yeah, there's fish getting eaten out there. If I had a jerkbait today, that'd be sick. Chatterbait, spinnerbait, anything moving, I bet out reaction in the flats is going to get absolutely destroyed today. All right. Make one more strange cast that I don't think will work, but maybe it will. And then I'm going to head over to the other spot. Alright, that's where I thought he'd be, and he's not there. Let me try one more cast over here. All right, go right in that pocket right there. Oh, this feels right for a second. Hold on. Nothing. I'll go to the left side of that boat now. What a cast. Didn't even mean that one. If I had my jig, I'd try to chuck it up under this boat. All right, I'm going to take a look at some of these comments here. You can see the setup I'm using. All right, here we go. Yep, the people are here. Indian. I got a lot of Indian people on here. That's interesting. Why are Indian people watching this? How did my video get over to India? Ain't nobody stealing my spot. They're watching that from that far away. All right. Turn your back around here. Get you situated in there. Heading back over here now to this spot. This one's a fun one too. A little bit more protected, so there's not as much wind. A few more kicks, but that's okay too. But you can get out to this flat here. This one can be a really fun one. Just gotta kind of watch your rod tip every once in a while. Feels like a day you won't catch many, but you're gonna catch giant. A lot of this is already matting up really nicely. You can just skip this thing across this stuff from this angle. This is cool. But I know that the big ones live somewhere that way. I've caught so many big fish from this little point as a kid. I'm hearing them eating in there. And again, it's the same process. Like if I don't want to spook them when I walk up in there, I'm going to make 10 or so casts into the area from further back. Which allows me to get to any fish that might be in that area without spooking them when I walk up. Which does happen. You ever walk up and you see them all scattering? It happens. Trust me. So that's my first cast. And now what I'm going to do is cast it into this flat, because that's where I always see them freaking out about me as I walk up. Keep my rod tip up to avoid this bush. See if there's any in the flat. I don't see any right now. Which ain't a bad thing, because it means you can walk up. But I'm going to put one more cast in there just to make sure. Especially because there is some wood over there that when I walk on it goes clink, clink, clink. All right. Now I can walk up in there. See how that works? Just 5 or 10 minutes, get maybe a bonus fish, and then you can walk to where you want to go. So that's how that works. And it works, trust me. See, I just scattered and spooked 2 or 3 right there. This has got to be a fish. Dang. How is that not a fish? Just coming through a bunch of pads right now. This can be harder because the lip will catch those pads, but if you work it soft enough, it's not just hurt another one, dude. Just heard another one. Can't see these big eats, but I'm hearing them. Unless that's the birds diving in there. Can't imagine that. I almost feel like it's a bird getting eaten because they're too low. A lot of patience when it comes to frog fishing too. I kind of like starting on it because I gained so much patience while I was trying to fish it that like I was like, oh, I guess that's fishing. You miss 60% of the bites you get. Damn. But no, that's not how it is. So we'll just walk it here a couple times. We don't get a lot. We might as well go back to where we were. Like if I don't see a hit or hear a hit here shallow, there's no point in staying. Go back to where there was one or two. There's a really nice flat out there. I wish I could toss to you, but I don't think I can get it that far right now. Oh. I can just get to the edge of those weeds over there. And that's about it. All right. That's annoying. I thought this would be better today. It's been a slow spring for me, man. I've caught like 10 fish this spring. It's weird too. I caught one moving it, one not moving it, so I don't really know what to do with it. Sometimes you can find a cadence that you know they like, and that helps. Other times you just have no clue. For the most part, it's like move, 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 let it rest. Move, 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 let it rest. And that will take you quite a long way in the frog fishing game. I don't think they're inside this weed edge. I think they're on the outside of the weed edge, especially with a cold front. They're just not in this middle section. It's like shoreline, flat, sandy flat, grass out there. Sometimes in the right conditions, they're cruising in between. But it looks like today they're just not there to that degree. Just let it tell you what to do. It is cold though today. One on the frog ain't bad though. 1 for 1 especially, you know, one hit, one eat, one fish. It's making me feel like quitting though. It is windy here. Actually, you know what? I might do that. I'm just coming out for a little bit. Well, 45 minutes ain't bad either, I guess. So I hope you're doing well. If you're where I'm at, you got a nice long weekend. So enjoy it. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.